Our river cruise on the Gironde from Bordeaux began on the sleeper from home, joined the Eurostar at St Pancras, through the tunnel to Paris, then TGV to join the ship. The ship was alongside the Bordeaux waterfront. Our cabin was on the upper deck, nice and comfortable, with a big picture window overlooking the river.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Bonsoir. So, welcome to Bordeaux, welcome to the Princess d'Aquitaine. Two news, one bad and one good. The good one, it is sunny in the afternoon, but in the early morning is a lot of fun. The crews start to go to Cadillac.
The entertainment, mais également de la boutique. And for the most courageous, you will meet her in the morning on the sun deck for some training, some exercise.
It turned out to be a nice sunny morning. We walked along the waterfront when Ines tried to walk on water. Soon everybody was walking on water. Bordeaux. Ines has been before, only 25 years ago. And she says it's much the same as it always was. He's actually been walking on water.
We're here at the moment because the boat couldn't sail upriver under the arches, the arch bridge.
Because it's going to be foggy.
Because of the fog.
I think our captain lied. There's something else going on in that boat that prevents us from going upriver.
Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Yeah.
And that's where the name of the Cadillac car came from, because the Duke of somewhere formed Detroit and he came from Cadillac or something like that. And we're in the main square with the just behind us, large church.
And a monument in front of us, I'm not sure.
It's a war memorial.
A war memorial in front of us.
Patriots of the wars. And we've only got 3 hours to go in this small town.
And I've just thrown Jack's camera on the ground.
Oh no, you're not to mention that.
So I might have to replace that.
You're not to mention that. It's not my camera, it's your bloody camera anyway. You've shoots through
you bought it.
That's what I've got in the chateau there. What do you think he is then?
I think he's half man and half animal. The 18th century wardrobe stands next to... Where's the wardrobe? I'd like to see where they went to sleep.
Do you fancy a romp on the bed?
You can have a romp. Well, the first floor of the Cadillac Chateau. I have no idea which room we're in yet.
It's full of tapestries. Queen's Affair of Palmyra, according to the guidebook. Is there? We're in the town hall, or near the town hall, Hotel de Ville, in a wine festival.
Is it a wine festival? I didn't know that.
You think, or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
So Peter said.
Nice and sunny and warm and very pleasant, yeah. You can...
And a nice tea.
A nice cup of tea, yeah. And now we're going to get the bus back to our boat.
Excellent.
We were supposed to come on the boat, but for some reason or other we came on a bus.
Which is quite inexplicable, because other boats came and they made excuses. The town of Cadillac was very pleasant. However, it was fairly obvious it had been subjected to massive floods in years past. Yes, sir. Perhaps the captain was feeling a bit guilty about not having taken us all the way up to Cadillac and sending us on a bus. because during the evening after dinner he took us for a ride around the river adjacent to Bordeaux, so we could see Bordeaux by night. Quite impressive it is too. lit up. So next day after Petit Déjeuner we left for the entrance to the river, a place called Pouliac. Well, we're on the Gironde, just past the entrance, I think, to the Dordogne River, but that's out the other side of the boat. You can see out the window, if you're lucky, the Hessel whelps, which are beginning to form a little bit at Windigaze tide. This ship is now plugging tide, and I estimate about an hour or an hour and a quarter, and we'll be in our next port of call, our first port of call, which is called Pouliac. Then after that we're going up the Dordogne River a bit to a place called Blay. We'll see what we can find because it's foggy at the moment, and it's cold on the deck, so we're shooting this in our room, and you can see the nice big window that we get, a much bigger window than we've ever had on the Viking ships, but it's not worth paying extra for. I don't know quite how we got this room. We must have been honoured guests or something. Just like the Humber, brown water and panning up. Barrowhaven going round. The chemical works go around further. Immingham, that was Immingham Chemical Works, and just behind that's the salt end jetties. Pouliac Marina, it's just like old Marina. Boats look the same too. Now Ines, what do you remember of this Pouliac when he came with Hetra? Pouliac.
On the river Gironde, yeah. I remember coming 25 years ago in Hetra, and I can't remember very much about what we did, except I got my hair washed on the boat with a hose pipe because the toilets and everything was shut. And we only stayed one night and then cleared off up to Bordeaux.
Bateau's leaving. Pouliac is the centre of the Medoc wine growing area. We went to the information office and we saw that they had claimed that they had a flyers who predated Limburg. They didn't survive though. Are we lost, Ines? Oh bugger. Not much sign of life in this place. Then followed an evening of dancing to the ship's resident
Down the side of my head, I couldn't ever cross it if I tried.
Come on, Charlie! Come on, Charlie!
But I do what I can, inch by inch, step by step, mile by mile, man by man.
Next morning we cruised towards Blay.
There's even a copy of Grimsby Dock Tower over there.
That's the wrong side. The dock tower's over there.
Well, it's on the wrong side. The Fraser put it on the wrong side. But I do detect, right behind the Ines, a large marina with lots and lots of masts.
Yachty there, bouncing up and down, brings back memories for me.
He's having a lovely time, that one. Motion to windward.
And they're still determined, although it's now blowing about a force 6 or 7. With the movement of the ship and we're going into the wind.
Having approached the mouth of the Gironde, we then turned and proceeded south-east along the eastern coastline, passing the ancient troglodyte dwellings, which feature quite strongly along this coast. Some of them have been converted into quite nice houses by the looks of it. It looks as though some of these troglodyte dwellings have been turned into rather splendid apartments and a hotel. It's rumoured that the fishing fraternity in these parts believe that fishing's fine, but fishing in a small shack with a friend and a bottle of wine is superb. The wind was from the south, but since the ship was doing about 8 knots with about 3 knots of tide into a headwind of about 12 knots, we got quite a breeze on the top deck. I see more masts in a small tidal marina. One of France's nuclear power stations on the banks there. It looks as though it's got at least 4 reactors.
This is Blaye on the east of the Gironde, and we're about to Gironde River. We're about to moor up here and go and have a look at the citadel. We're in Blaye, on the east side of the Gironde River, and we're just about to look at the citadel.
Chelsea.
Just like Penderys Castle.
Au milieu là-bas, entre les deux bouées, tu vois, il y a 2 petites bouées là-bas. Il y en a une verte et une bleue, c'est là que...
There's a monk just come out of it. We're in the castle in Blaye, which is on the river Gironde. Keep reminding me. And we've just come off a boat. This castle is a splendid place, very large. And just behind us there is a medieval castle which the thing was first built on, and the latter castle was Napoleon's, I suppose, or just prior to Napoleon. The Count de Verbion redesigned the defences and made it really secure so that nobody could get up the river to raid Bordeaux. No doubt Nelson would have had a try if he could have done, but I think it was a bit protected, and to sail up this river in a sailing ship, well, it will be quite exciting, I think. You agree?
Having sailed up it once.
From the end of the 5th century, the town became an absolute fortress. The village stands about 20 meters above the river Dordogne. A stairway with over 500 steps joins the lower town and the upper town. On its exterior facade, we can see the sculpted coat of arms from the English period of Bordeaux during the 100 Years' War. It depicts 2 bold roosters with raised legs carrying a knight's great helmet above an inclined heraldic shield in the English style, who held the castle of Bordeaux for the King of England up to the 15th century. Enthusiastic welcome as the cortege crossed the town to the Blaye Gate, where the young Louis XIV was to stay. The court organised its daily activities, trips into the surrounding countryside and along the riverbank. The Queen Mother did not go out much. Tapestry work was enough for her. Only the incident of the war produced stone. Many quarries were set up to quarry the yellow stone, often used in local and regional architecture. There are many cut stone. Rich shipowner demolished the old castle to rebuild the present one. A large industrial zone with oil companies is located on the Bec d'Ambès. It is part of Bordeaux shipping port. The natural progression of this peninsula has led to variations in the name of Bordeaux, going from Bourg-sur-Gironde, Bourg-en-Gironde, when the Bec d'Ambès was located upstream of the town, to Bourg-en-Gironde, as the Bec extends downstream of Bordeaux, now on the river Dordogne. Admired for its chevet. Notre Dame Church was built in the 12th century on a single nave plan. Later, a transept was raised, giving the edifice its present Latin cross plan. The chevet, with 7 sections, has a rare 3-tier protected designation of origin AOC decrees were approved on the 11th of September 1936 for red wine and on the 19th of May 1945 for white wines. Today, 400 wine growers produce AOC wines on nearly 4,000 hectares, of which 2/3 are in. And we wish you an excellent stay in the Bordeaux area.
This is the house built by Moore. This is one of the entrance gates to the town. And just over there is the Club Nautique.
Is it a wine festival? I didn't know that.
You think, or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
So Peter said.
Nice and sunny and warm and very pleasant, yeah. You can
And a nice tea.
a nice cup of tea. Yeah, and now we're going to get the bus back to our boats. On the trip to Saint-Emilion
Yeah.
because we'd have missed this lovely cruise up the river in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And it's really nice, pleasant, what we came for really.
We're doing 13 knots. Rex. Ashore.
I think this is a bit bluer than the Humber now. And hard to believe it's well into October, nearly the end of October.
Well, we are fairly well south, you know.
Yeah, so it's lovely.
43 degrees north.
Yeah, so it's just magic. So
we're essentially 600 miles south of Falmouth.
yeah. So we're so pleased we missed the trip to Saint-Emilion because we would have missed this if we'd have gone on that. And those people missed this lovely trip, so.
Going to another French riverside town. No idea what it's called.
No, because we didn't bring a chart, did we?
We should have done,
Bad news,
yeah. It's a Viking boat.
Nobody on it.
We're approaching
Libourne, I think it's called. I think we have to go under the bridge, don't we?
Duck, everybody.
Yes, yeah, it's got stern thrusters on the
As well.
turn.
So we're approaching Libourne astern. And one assumes we're going onto that jetty there. Now, Ines, we're on our penultimate day.
Yep, last day tomorrow.
Well, it's the last full day, and then we
Right.
set off the day
Then we
after.
set off the day after.
So
yeah.
it's Monday, the
Whatever.
16th of October,
Yeah.
and we've had a splendid trip, especially today down the river.
Yeah, really nice.
Up the river,
Yeah.
actually.
Up the
We
river.
came up with the
The
flood,
River Dordogne,
and we're now in
Libourne,
Libourne, and we've been for a walk around the town. It could be a really nice town, but we couldn't find a cafe for a beer that hadn't got smokers in it. So we've retired to the boat, and we're sitting on the boat,
looking
Just
at the town
looking
on the other side of the
the
river.
town's over there.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're just contemplating things and how the trip's been. Have we missed anything on this trip, Ines?
Oh yes, probably loads of things.
Well, what about company? Have we missed any company?
Well, yes, we usually have Joan and Doll with us. But I think Joan might have struggled a bit with this trip, so maybe just as well, yeah.
But I'm sure they would have enjoyed it had they been able to come. It's a shame they couldn't, but perhaps we could do another river cruise.
Que notre argent de poche disparaissait dans les machines à sous. Après les coups, on allait boire un verre. Laurette seule savait nous consoler. Et d'un seul coup, nos leçons, nos problèmes disparaissaient.
Entertainment, we cruised back towards Bordeaux. Iverson Marina.
Yeah, I think it was 1992. We moored up right here where these boats are on Hetra and stayed 2 or 3 nights while we had a crew change. A nice old couple made us a meal, a French meal, and it was really nice.
It's too early, isn't it, really?
That's the wine museum. Looks like Old Mother Hubbard's shoe to me. Boot.
So we walked again into Bordeaux and investigated a little more of the town, city. This is an interesting pub or restaurant. No doubt inside there, all the MPs are sitting around discussing Brexit and other things, but not actually doing anything. We did the town on the open-top bus, and I became a little bit distressed because the camera wouldn't record the commentary from the bus. Nevertheless, a splendid holiday. See part of France we haven't really been to before.
Le declararon en Europa el mejor destino en 2015 Bordeaux. Que les declararon en Europa el mejor destino.